So to start with, I'll give a brief overview of Docker, and then we'll move on to the practical implementation. So what is Docker? Well, Docker is a software platform that simplifies the process of building, running, managing, and distributing your applications. For example, imagine you cooked a dish or a food at your home. Now, if you give the recipe to your friend, they may not be able to make it the same way that you did, right? Why? Maybe they don't have the same ingredients, maybe their stove is different, or maybe they are using different sizes of pot. This is what happens in software too. When I run my project on my computer, it works fine. But when you run it on your computer, it may not work the same way because you have a different Python version, and you might not have the same libraries that I installed, and your operating system is different. So Docker solves this problem. With Docker, I can pack my application like my food with all the ingredients inside one box. When I give you that box, you just run it and it will work exactly the same way on your computer, on my computer, or even on the cloud server. So why do we need Docker? You see, every software project has three main parts. One, backend, another one is front end, and another one is a database. So the backend could be Django REST framework, although there are many other backend frameworks, but I'm taking the example of Django REST framework because that's what I've been working on, and that's what I've been teaching, right? And the front end could be React, and the database could be PostgreSQL or MySQL or any other database. So normally to run this software, you have to install Python and all other backend libraries. And for running the front end, you'll have to install Node.js and React dependencies, and install a Postgres database and configure it. So that's a lot of setup, and anyone can easily make mistakes. With Docker, we don't need to install anything except Docker itself. So we'll put backend in one container, and we'll put the front end in another container, and we use a ready-made container for PostgreSQL database. And by the way, what is container? So the container is a kind of a box where your project lives. It contains your code, it contains your libraries and your settings, and in fact everything about your project. All the containers will run together just like different apps on your phone, right? So they all run together, and your project is live. So running all these containers are very simple. You just have to run one command and everything works. Okay, so there are some concepts in Docker that you need to understand before you get started with Docker. So there's something called image. So think of this as a recipe book. Example, a Python image is a recipe that knows how to run Python. Now there's another thing called container. So this is the real dish made from the recipe. If an image is a recipe, the container is the actual cooked food ready to serve. And there's another thing called Docker file. So this is our personal recipe for our project. So it's kind of a text file with the instructions to build a Docker image. Here we write steps like use Python and install Django, copy my code from the source location to destination location, and run the server, and all of that will go into Docker file. We create the Docker file for backend as well as front end. So another important thing is Docker Compose. So this is like a manager. It runs multiple containers together. For example, it will run the backend, it will run the front end, and also the database at the same time with just one command, and your application is up and running. So how do we typically use Docker in our project? Well, it's very simple. First thing, we create a Docker file for the backend and another Docker file for the front end. And then we use official PostgreSQL image from Docker Hub. And then we write a docker compose.yml file to connect backend, frontend, and database together. Then with one single command, docker compose up, the backend starts, the frontend starts, and the database starts, and everything is ready in seconds. So before we get started with the deployment steps, let's quickly go a little bit deeper into Docker. We just want to understand how this Docker works. Well, normally, if we want to run our app, we install everything on our computer's operating system. Like we install Python, we install Node.js, we install a Postgres database on your system, whether it's your Windows or Mac. But Docker works differently. Docker uses something called Docker engine, which runs the containers. A container is like a small box that has its own operating system, that has its own softwares like Python or PostgreSQL, and your application source code. So each container is independent. Even if my computer is Windows and your computer is Mac, Docker makes sure both of us run the same environment inside the container. Some people may ask, why not just use the virtual machine instead of using Docker? You see, virtual machine is a little bit heavy and it needs its own operating system and takes some minutes to start. But the Docker container is lightweight and shares the host OS, and it starts in seconds. It's very fast. For example, virtual machine is building a whole new house every time you want a room. But Docker container is like building a room inside your existing house. It's much faster than building a whole new house every time you want a room, right? Doesn't make sense. So now that we understand, Docker gives us consistent environments. Docker is lighter and faster than virtual machines, and Docker lets us run multiple containers together. We can confidently use Docker for any project. So the backend will run in one container, the frontend will run in another container, and Postgres will run in a third container, all controlled by Docker Compose. I hope you now have a clear understanding of Docker. Next, we will install Docker and clone my project from the GitHub, and then we will deploy it on the production server.